Are you struggling just to keep up with your day? Does it feel like there are never enough hours? That no matter how hard you try, you're always running behind, constantly playing catch up and wondering how everyone else seems to have it all together. You know the ones, those high achievers who stay calm, focused, and somehow manage to get more done without burning out. If you're exhausted from always being on but never fully catching up, or if you're feeling ready to feel more in control of your time, your energy, and your life, then keep watching. But first, if you're new here, hi, I'm Elizabeth, a leading humanitarian, former United Nations Senior Advisor, and the author of the book, Human Skills, The Power to Connect, your human manual for navigating all human interactions. Today, I'm breaking down 5 common time management mistakes you might be making and showing you how to fix them using the same human skills that changed my life. Because here's the truth. Time management isn't about just productivity tools. It's about your relationship with yourself, your energy, your values, and your self-worth. So let's dive in. Mistake 1, hustling without purpose. In other words, mistaking busyness for productivity. Here's the thing. We live in a world that praises the hustle. You are applauded for having back-to-back meetings, a calendar that's always full, and inboxes that are never at zero. The message is loud and clear. If you're not busy, you're not doing enough. But here's the truth. Being busy isn't the same as being productive. And being productive doesn't automatically make you fulfilled. The reality is that many of us wake up already feeling behind. We power through the day, crossing off endless tasks, but when we lay our heads down at night, we feel like we didn't do enough. Now that's not time management. That's burnout dressed up as ambition. Here's what I've learned both from research and personal experience. If your self-worth is tied to your output, you always feel like you're falling short. That's why this isn't just about managing your time. It's about knowing why you're doing what you're doing in the first place. Are you working late because it truly matters? Or because you're afraid of being perceived as lazy? Are you saying yes to every opportunity because it actually matters to you? Or are you terrified that saying no means you'll fall short or fall behind or miss out? So how do you fix this mistake? Here's a quick exercise that changed how I work. Write down top 3 priorities, not for the week, but for your life. Not the get through your inbox kind of things, but things such as spend quality time with my family, build a career that aligns with my values, prioritize my mental and physical health. Now look at your to-do list. How much of it does it reflect those priorities? If the answer is not much, then start making space for what truly matters to you, not just what's the loudest or the most urgent. Here's an important mindset shift that can help with this exercise. Remember that it's easy to feel like you're falling behind when everyone around you is on the grind. But real success isn't about being busy all the time. It's about being aligned with your values, your goals, and your energy. After all, you're not a machine, you're a human. And your worth should never be measured by how many things you check off in a day. In fact, some of the most powerful people I know and respect protect their time fearlessly. They rest, they say no, and they focus on what actually matters, not just what looks impressive. Mistake 2, not keeping a schedule because you think you just remember. Here's a deceptively simple mistake that a lot of us make, especially those of us who pride ourselves on being flexible or going with the flow. You're not keeping a daily or weekly schedule because you think you just remember everything. Does that sound familiar at all? For instance, you wake up, run through your mental to-do list in the shower, and tell yourself, I've got this. Then the day starts, an email comes in, someone texts, your boss asks for just a quick favor, a family member might even need your help with something urgent, and before you know it, it's 6 p.m. You're exhausted, and that thing that really mattered to you today, still not done. Here's the truth. If you don't plan your time, life will plan it for you. Especially in a world filled with the constant noise, messages, meetings, notifications, people needing something from you, you would default to what's the loudest and not what's the most important. We've all been there, saying yes to one more thing when your plate is already full, letting your own priorities slide to the bottom of the list again, ending the day wondering, what did I even do today? And yes, I know calendars and planners can feel rigid, maybe even a little old school. But here's the mindset shift. Your schedule isn't about control, it's about clarity and about being intentional. It's how you protect your energy, your priorities, and your peace. So how do you fix this mistake? Create a top 3 daily focus. Start with this simple, powerful practice. Every morning or the night before, ask yourself, what are the 3 most important things I want to get done tomorrow for me? What will help me achieve a sense of accomplishment? Then write those things down. Yes, on paper if you can, because there's actually something grounding about doing that. Then block time for those 3 things in your calendar before you let anything else take over, even if it's just 30 minutes. This is key because even when your schedule gets hijacked later, which it might, you will still be anchored in what matters. Remember that everyone gets 24 hours. It's how you choose to use yours and who you use them for that defines the quality of your life. Mistake 3, not prioritizing rest. Let's talk about something that so many of us sacrifice first, rest. When life gets hectic, rest is usually the first thing to go. We cancel the work, eat lunch at our desk, stay up late to finish just one more thing. Yet the truth is this, the more overwhelmed we feel, the more we actually need rest, not less. But in a world that glorifies hustle, many of us have been conditioned to believe that rest is a reward, that it's something we earn after we've checked everything off the list. But here's the problem. That list is never done. And when rest is always last, it usually doesn't happen at all. Even high achievers, and especially high achievers, by the way, they fall into this trap. They push through, stay available 24/7, and pride themselves on always doing more and being on. But the people who actually sustain success, they treat rest as a priority because, in a way, it is. Here's something I share in my book, Human Skills. We perform better mentally, emotionally, and creatively when we allow ourselves to rest and recharge. Rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It improves decision-making, creativity, focus, and resilience, which are all essential human skills. But beyond productivity, rest is a reflection of self-worth. You don't have to earn your rest. You're worthy of it just as you are. So how do we fix this mistake? Schedule rest as a priority because, well, it is. Start small. Block off 20 minutes a day just for you. No screens, no demands. You can even pick one evening a week with no meetings, no emails, no productivity. Or protect your sleep like your life depends on it, because it kinda does. And if rest makes you feel lazy or guilty, pause and ask yourself, where did I learn this belief from? Who told me that my worth is based only on what I can produce? Because that's not truth, that's conditioning, and you get to rewrite it. Mistake 4, not checking in with yourself. You are powering through the day, ticking off tasks, responding to messages, handling everyone else's needs. But when was the last time you checked in with you? How are you actually feeling today? Are your priorities still aligned with your energy? Is what you're doing still meaningful or just habit? This is one of the most overlooked time management mistakes, because many of us are conditioned to disconnect from ourselves in the name of productivity. We think that the goal is to get it all done. But what if the real goal is to get the right things done? And you can't do that if you're never pausing to reflect. One of the core human skills I talk about in my book is self-awareness. Without it, we move through life on autopilot, busy but not aligned. But when you build in even tiny moments of self-check-in, you become more intentional with your time, your energy, and your focus. You stop running in circles and start moving with direction. So how do we fix this mistake? Add 2-minute check-ins to your day. Here's a super simple practice that makes a huge difference. Twice a day, maybe mid-morning and late afternoon, pause and ask yourself, what do I need right now? Am I spending my time in a way that aligns with what truly matters? What can I let go of to feel more grounded? You can write it down, speak it out loud, or just pause and breathe. It doesn't have to be deep or dramatic. It just needs to be real. And even this small act of tuning in helps you redirect your energy towards what's meaningful and away from what's draining. Because when you're connected to yourself, you manage your time with purpose, not just pressure. Mistake 5, multitasking everything. You're responding to emails while half listening in a meeting. You're scrolling through your phone while listening to this video. You're cooking dinner while on a call or mentally running through your tomorrow's to-do list. Sounds familiar? Multitasking might feel productive, but research shows it actually reduces focus, increases mistakes, and leaves you feeling scattered. You're doing a lot, but finishing very little. And what you do finish often feels rushed or unsatisfying. But the real danger is that you are training yourself to be distracted. And over time, multitasking erodes your presence, clarity, and even your confidence because things never feel fully done or done well. So what's the fix? Focus on a single task with intention. Instead of trying to do it all at once, give your full focus to one thing at a time, even if it's just for a short burst. Try the 20-minute focus rule, first coined by an Italian student in the late 1980s. Here's how the rule works. Pick one task, set a timer for 20 minutes, put your phone away, close unnecessary tabs, and go all in. Take a short break, then repeat. This builds mental discipline, which will help you finish what you start and create more calm in your day. Remember that multitasking often comes from anxiety, the fear of falling behind, of not doing enough. But when you build the skill to being present, you reclaim control of your attention and your energy. You feel more capable, you complete tasks more efficiently, and you feel less scattered and more grounded. In fact, doing less with intention can actually help you accomplish more with peace of mind. So here's the final takeaway. Remember that time management isn't about being more productive. It's about creating a life that actually feels good to live. So if you've been chasing the hustle, avoiding a schedule, or losing yourself in the noise, take a breath. Start with one small shift. And know this, every time you choose to show up for yourself, even in the smallest ways, you're building a stronger, more fulfilling life. If this resonated, please like and subscribe, as well as drop a comment. Which of these mistakes hit home for you? What small shifts are you going to try this week? And don't forget to check out the Personal Growth and Fulfillment playlist on my channel for more human skills that help you not just manage your time, but make the most of your life. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.